Anybody feeling the sexual energy the past few days, maybe weeks? Yeah, that's what this video is about. So, sex. See you inside. Sex. First thing that comes to mind. How do I start this off? Sexually speaking, sex, I don't know. I think everybody's much into it. It is just, it's a human thing. But I think highly sexually, like I'm a highly sexual person. I don't speak English. You can see right now, I don't know what to say because I didn't prepare for this. And naturally, because that's the way I like it. I like to be instinctive, intuitive, and all that stuff, and kind of just really go with the flow. The one thing I've been kind of wondering about recently, and this actually more like yesterday, was I don't know if you guys are seeing this, or feeling it, but do you feel like recently sexually heightened? And I don't know, for me it's been not necessarily sexually heightened, but I feel like there's something there, and it's this attraction is sort of a big thing. And I feel like you've seen this already, maybe for some posts, I don't know. But Mars and Venus are technically still in conjunct right now, kind of moving away. Mars is moving away. Venus is conjunct Pluto. But anyways, my story is that yesterday I was just, ready to go to bed, and it was like around 10 p.m., whatever, and I couldn't sleep because I was like, okay, I have to pee. But it wasn't like a regular, I have to go pee. First I thought, okay, I have to pee. Then I went to go take a leak. And then next thing I know, about 5 minutes later, I'm just like, okay, I need to go to bed, right? Next thing I know, I think about maybe 5 minutes in, I'm just like, why do I feel like I need to pee again? It was like I thought it was, I just let it out. But it was that feeling, I don't know if you've ever had this, I don't know whether it applies to anyone, whatever gender, I don't care, whatever. But this feeling of like after you have sex or after you, right? And there's that rush of like, you gotta pee. That feeling of like, it's not just I gotta pee, regular pee. It's a feeling of you just gotta go, but it's like it's gonna come again and again and again and again. And I'm laughing because it was so strange. It's like, I didn't do anything, If anything, I tried to transmute sexual urges. Okay, I really do. But this one felt like, I was like, I don't remember doing anything. So anyways, it came up. So anyways, I thought I'd just post this because I was like, okay. So, but I wanted to look into it further, and I was like, okay, is there something else there? Okay, so here's what I got to draw up, whatever. And Horus right now is transiting conjunct Pluto. Venus is still conjunct. Okay, so there you go. So sensuality is still there. So it's conjunct Pluto, so relationships are strong. Maybe it's sexual attraction, or rather, how you draw in people. It's like, Venus is like about this sexual attraction, drawing into you. What you're sexually attracted to is the opposite. That's Mars. And Horus there is like that feeling, because for me, I have Horus conjunct Uranus, which is like weird, sudden sort of, insights that come through, and and that's where I get the whole like Claire stuff, right? You can see right there. I don't know if you can really see it, but Lust is conjunct Mars for me, so I'm very much into that energy. But let's take a look. Okay, that makes sense. 8 degrees, okay. Mars is around that, okay, it's 10, is that 10 degrees? Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Mars is heightening the whole thing, but it's a sextile, so that means it's an external sort of influence. Okay, because once in a while I do look at pictures of hot guys, and it's just like, okay. But I use it more for, I want to transmute that energy to something creative, because I'm tired of just like, okay, I go, and that's it. And then you feel very low in your energy, and it just, doesn't work for me. Anyways, but there's also Nymph here. Nymph is apparently something about, let me look this up here. I'm a cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater, cheater. What's Nymph? Okay, let me look this up. I don't have a lot of info on Nymph. Every time I look this up. Nymph. Okay, here we go. Nymph was like, Nymph is the asteroid of childlikeness, childlike, free sexuality, free feeling of like being out there, outdoors. I did finish Nymph, actually. Did I just finish them? Okay, so it's youthfulness, captivating playfulness, wilderness. So eternal youth, carefree, it's romanticism with sexuality, inner child, small things. Okay, those little things. A lot to do with carefree. It's kind of like Apollo. And where's that one here? Hippocampus. Okay. Something to do with the hippocampus. I'm not really familiar with that, but I did research on it. Something to do with that whole like freeing. I think it's something to do with compassion as well. Okay. Anyways, I thought it was like, okay, there's that. I see here that it is transiting. Nymph is, what degree is that in? Nymph is 23 degrees Cancer. That doesn't make sense. No, that's not the transit. 9 degrees Aquarius. Okay, so it is conjunct Saturn. So it's that carefree sort of feel, but it's also like that freeing. I don't know how to describe it. Like Nymph, if you ever had that freeness, like you wanted to just feel free without like constriction, or like I need to feel free, like rebellion, not like Uranus. Mars is that. I mean, Nymph is that, but it's conjunct Mars, so it's like, freeing of one's sexuality, of that just go kind of thing, but it's not like a force like Mars is. Okay, it's not like, it's more of a relaxed willpower in this case. Okay, that makes sense. It's in my 7th house. Okay, it makes sense. Or just Aphrodite, sexual attraction. So it's similar to Venus, of course. I don't have a lot of info on Aphrodite, so I'm not going to go into that. Bacchus, okay, Bacchus is conjunct the sun. So that energy is conjunct to my moon, so that explains as well. But Heracles is actually conjunct my moon. Well, I would probably say it's a conjunct a little bit, because moon is like a luminary. It's very strong. But retrograde, so that means I question willpower. Okay, but I transform through that. I'm pretty sure that if I looked at my progression chart, meaning how I've improved, it's probably past Pisces. I'm not sure. Saturn is there too. Woohoo! So yay. Heracles is in my 9th house. So okay, wisdom. Okay, willpower conjunct. What is that? Chiron conjunct North Node. That's more of a social thing. Everybody's social thing. But willpower through. Let's take a look. Heracles is 13 degrees Aries, so it is conjunct Chiron. So everybody's feeling that sort of they can handle their willpower, they can handle their wounds, their inner wounding. Astraea is I have that in my 6th house, which is like moral code. But Astraea is conjuncting Moon right now, so the people have this sort of moral code to be It's in Gemini, so, but it's also, I believe Astra is in, no, it's still in Gemini. It's not in Cancer yet. So it's conjunct the moon, but it's in the last degrees, or critical degrees. And so people are realizing that they need to be certain with information. Anyways, how does that tie into what I was feeling? Okay. Trine, the sun, Bacchus, and my moon. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that means a feeling of I need to be certain with this. I need to stick to my guns, and okay. I don't know if this is making sense to any of you, but this is what I discovered today. There you go. There it is. Diana and Lust are retrograde. It's in not conjunct. I would probably consider this a conjunct, but it's because it's apparently like the asteroids, or they're not that important. But I would probably consider this sort of a weak conjunct. In my first house, so therefore the body. That's also sexuality. That's also health, overall body stuff. Diana is also has to do with like sexual energy, but it's more like, I believe it's the male reproductive organs as well. Something that what I discovered is because it's very like kind of like push, kind of like, but in a sort of softer way as well. I didn't decide that, but lust is lust. Lust is lust. So it is right there in my first house, so that makes perfect sense. But it's in the, what is that? 6 degrees, 11 degrees, 6 degrees, 11 degrees. It is opposite of Mars. That makes sense. Well, I'm just like, yeah, I had to decide whether I was going to go, should I? No, because I would have felt weaker. I would have felt like, but I wasn't like, I was going to bed. I was like, how am I going to transmute this to something creative? So I was like, I just like, fuck it. I just slept it off. Whatever. It went away eventually, but it was very strong. I was just like, I gotta pee, but I also gotta do something about it. Do something about it. So I don't know. This one's not important. Ixion is still transiting my 6th house, so something to do with health and transmuting. Ixion is a little bit about transmuting, but it is bliss. So it's conjuncting with Osiris and Coronis, so hidden talents, unexplored talents of like health and working with that. So I like that. And I love the fact that I have Coronis in my 6th house because I know how to work with health. And not necessarily mean like perfectly healthy, but I know that bit by bit, because it is in Capricorn, it's slow. So it's going to be that. Anyways, I don't want to go off too much into all blah blah here with my chart here, but anyways, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy that. I just thought it would be something random. If you have any comments you'd like to share, watch out for right now. There is Pluto. And here Pluto is intensifying things and making sure it's deep and has meaning behind it. So be honest with yourself, be true to your own sexuality, be true to your own sensuality. What is it you want, instead of just like all that stuff. Anyways, see you guys later.